All right. Welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green, bringing you brand new interviews every Monday and every Friday right here on YouTube. Now, we need you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Subscribing helps the channel and helps you know when we upload new interviews, even though I told you it's every Monday and Friday. Also, maybe you think you can ask my guests better questions than I can, and maybe you're right. Or maybe you want to watch these interviews at least a week before everyone else gets to see them. All you have to do is go down into the description, click on the Patreon link, find the tier that works for you, and next thing you know, you can be asking great questions of my great guests like the one we have today. So I have to warn you that today's interview is like no interview I have ever done before. I'm not even quite sure it's an interview. Some people told me I shouldn't have the great cat on. Some people said that this is a blow to my journalistic integrity. Regardless, the great cat is here, sort of. Not familiar with the great cat? Well, after this, you are going to find out. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with you. All right. So the great cat is a classically trained musician. She's considered one of the fastest guitar players of all time. Guitar magazines have voted her in the top 10 best fastest shredders. Okay, she plays classical music exclusively. Now I need to warn you that the great cat is a bit of a character. It's a little bit of a gimmick, but far from me to say. And she had a little bit of success commercially with her record Beethoven on Speed. And MTV was playing her music videos during the Headbangers Ball, and there was a little bit of a buzz over the great cat. And a lot of people wondered, where is the great cat now? And, well, I said, that's a good question. Where is the great cat now? And I decided to reach out to the great cat myself. Now, let me point out that the great cat is a bit of a character, and she only refers to herself in the third person as the great cat. She's kind of like a female Sam Kinison. She yells a lot. She's a bit of a dominatrix. She wants everyone to wake up and worship her. And I should point out that she only plays and does interviews in her underwear. And I'll be honest with you, I find it disturbingly sexy in my own way. So I reached out to the great cat and I said, how about doing an interview and letting the world know where the great cat is? And part of me was hoping that I would get Catherine Thomas, who is the great cat, but I don't think she does that. I think she only does things as the character. You get the shtick or you get nothing at all. She told me that she was busy scoring. I'm assuming she meant music, and that she would answer 5 questions. I can send her 5 questions, and she will give me 5 responses. And at first I said, this is ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. And then I said, you know what? Let's give it a shot and see what the hell we get. I'm not sure the great cat answered all of my questions. I'm not sure the great cat answered any of my questions, but I promise you what you're about to see is different than any interview on this channel or probably any interview in the world. So without further ado, I give you my exclusive interview with the great cat.
Jason, can I ask you something? Do you worship? Wake up! This is a great cat interview for Waste Some Time with Jason Green. Like I have so much time to waste. Come on! Make it good, Jason! Go!
Okay, so this is how it works. I'm going to read the questions, and then if the great cat answered the question, I'm going to give you her response. If she did not answer the question, I don't know what to tell you. So, first of all, let's let the great cat introduce herself. Great cat, tell my audience about yourself.
Now, the great cat is a metal legend. The only guitar, violin, double virtuoso in Paganini. Reincarnation of Beethoven. Got it? And top 10 fastest shredders of all time. Juilliard graduate violin virtuoso. And The only musical genius since Beethoven. Wake up!
All right, so now you have an idea of what we're getting ourselves into, and I'm going to read question number 1. The Great Cat is a classically trained violinist. What was it like studying at Juilliard, and were you listening to metal music at the time?
What was it like studying at Juilliard? All you did was compete all day, 24 hours a day. Got it? Then you get to compete with everybody, all right? And of course, the Great Cat won concert master of the Juilliard School Pre-College Orchestra. Did you ever do that? No. Huh? Okay. So after I graduated from Juilliard School, as a violin virtuoso, performed my solo debut at Carnegie Recital Hall, won the Oddest International competition, okay? Then I decided classical music was dead. What am I gonna do? Okay, I looked around for all forms of music. So I started listening to metal, and guess what? The Great Cat was born!
For those who are not awake and may not be familiar with the Great Cat, how would the Great Cat describe what it is the Great Cat does?
Great Cat is the only guitar violin double virtuoso shredding classical music note for note classical scores on guitar and violin with orchestra. Come on! All right? The Great Cat shreds Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, Paganini, Chopin.
Question number 3. The Great Cat has said she is the reincarnation of Beethoven. When did you first realize this?
When did I realize that the Great Cat is a reincarnation of Beethoven? When? Listening to Beethoven since birth. 0 years old. Beethoven, in the ear training. Got it? You don't have that. Give me a break.
In 1990, the Great Cat's album, Beethoven on Speed, received some radio play and even appearances on MTV's Headbangers Ball. Were you disappointed that the Great Cat didn't reach a wider audience? And essentially, the Great Cat did not answer that question. Question number 5. Please tell our viewers, what's a typical day like for the Great Cat? What are you currently up to? And where can people find out more about the Great Cat?
What's a typical day of the Great Cat? Lounging around, swimming. Okay, where are my tracks disciples? Come on in. The water's warm. The water's warm. Wake up! Shred on! The Great Cat just shredded Dvorak's humoresque underwater on guitar and violin while swimming. I play the Paganini technique on the violin. That's right. Special left-handed technique that I learned at Juilliard that you can too. Ha ha! Okay, you can't do it. You know why you can't do it? Because I do it. That's why. Wake up! Okay, and I do it on guitar and violin. Okay, you're not going to do that. Go listen to the Great Cat's Paganini. New Modo Perpetuo. That you can't do. On your knees and bow to the Great Cat, Jason!
Well, as you see, that concludes our interview with the Great Cat. I have no idea what to make of it. When I got the responses back, I had to watch it a few times just to figure out what we would do with it. But I mean, I think she tells you what she's up to. I think she shows you. And for those of you who would be interested, maybe you're about to go down a Great Cat rabbit hole and you want more. Maybe that was exactly what you needed to go find out more about the Great Cat. And the way you can do that is go to greatcat.com, spelled GreatKat.com, greatcat.com. That's where you're going to get all the information on what the Great Cat has going on. And you just got a small taste of it. Can you imagine the excitement going on right now at greatcat.com? And again, maybe one day we'll get her in to talk about how she came up with the character and the gimmicks behind it, and we'll get a regular interview. But for now, Thanks for wasting some time.